Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat and today I'm going to be sharing with you my pages for February in my traveler's notebook. This is my second month using a traveler's notebook as my bullet journal, and I'm going to be showing you all the pages and how I use them for January. So if you're considering using a traveler's notebook as a bullet journal, I hope this video helps you with that. If you have any questions about traveler's notebook or using one as a bullet journal, you can leave a comment down below and I will be answering it, because I don't see a lot of people using a traveler's notebook as a bullet journal, but I have been loving it. So yeah, I hope you like this setup for February and I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get started with the flip through. First, I just wanted to mention that I have been using the Hinoki pouch and the Hinoki Traveler's Notebook by Notebook Therapy. Everything is linked below, but I've been using these two as my go-to bullet journal supplies. The only thing that I don't really enjoy about the Hinoki pouch is that the tombos, if you want to have 5 in your pouch, they don't fit really well, so that's something that for me is a bit of a bother. But besides that, the pouch is beautiful and I love using it, as well as the notebook. If you want to know more about these products and the rest of the Hinoki collection, I'm going to leave my 2023 bullet journal setup, where I also did a haul of the collection, in the description below, so if you want more information about everything, it's going to be in that video. The way I decided to divide my collections from my weekly spreads is by using a grid insert for my yearly and monthly collections, and then a blank insert for my weekly spreads and daily to-do lists. For me, that made sense at the time, and I'm still using that system, and it works because I can divide my tasks from my monthly stuff and it works perfectly. So for January, I just did my cover page with my goals section. It works pretty well for me because I don't really need to think about a good idea for a cover page. I just do something quickly, I add my goals, and that's it. And on the side, I did a to-do list for the month. In my opinion, this to-do list is not that big, so I'm changing that for February. But for what I needed for January was enough, and I really liked that it was minimal, simple, and that it still had a little bit of art in the corners. So I'm really happy with how these pages turned out, and they are really simple to use, and that's what I need in my bullet journal. My next pages were my habits and fitness tracker, and this also worked pretty well because it was really easy to track everything that I was doing, and I didn't use a whole lot of pens throughout this month. As you can see, I was just using my Muji pen for the whole month, and that facilitated things a lot because I didn't have to choose between pens or use a colored marker to fill in different stuff, if that makes sense. I used my go-to marker for everything. So my workout tracker was pretty self-explanatory. I will just put a dot on the type of workout that I did for that day, and it was easy to see the workouts that I was doing and my rest days and everything, so I really liked this layout. And on the right page, I actually did a habit tracker with my different habits for the month, and I can also see what days I did what habit the most and the ones that are failing or that I need to do more of. And I know that it's super simple, but depending on what you need, this is exactly what I need, and I'm really happy with these simple layouts. After my habit trackers, I did a watching spread, where I will just track what I was watching and what episode I was in. And below that, I also did a listening spread, where it's just for me to track what songs I'm listening to, my Discovery Weekly on Spotify, and what bands I'm listening to, and if I like them or not. And yeah, and probably on the right page I'm going to do the memories for the month or something like that. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm going to show you everything on my Instagram, so follow me there if you haven't already. Then we move on to my blank insert in my bullet journal, and the blank insert is just for me to do lists for everything that I need, and because it doesn't have any grids or dots or anything, it's just a blank page, I can put the headers how I want it, and it's just a blank page for me to do a to-do list basically, but I can play around with the themes and with the layouts, and it helps me a lot to keep me organized and to do something super easy. So I'm really enjoying this, and I also shared my past weekly spread on my Instagram. So with that being said, I'm going to show you all the pages and the theme that I did for February. And if you watched until this point and you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do it right now. So first, I'm starting off with a cover page for February, and I decided to use the flower scratch-on stickers from the Hinoki scrapbooking set from Notebook Therapy as my theme for February because it's flowers, but I didn't know that these were scratch-on stickers, so I used them as regular stickers that weren't that sticky. You will see that I understand this later on, but in my mind these were stickers. But yeah, I used a flower sticker on the side and I wrote Feb, and I just put a 0 in the 2 with the stamps. These are also from Notebook Therapy. These are the typewriter alphabet stamps, and I just created a very minimal cover page. Below that, I'm also doing a goals page, and my hand was so shaking with the stamps because they were not being like stamped evenly. But anyways, we move on because when you use stamps, it's a bit hard to just like fix things, so I'm just ignoring that. And I'm just creating the exact same spread as I did for January. So my cover page at the top and then a goal section at the bottom with 3 lines for my goals. I normally don't use the 3 lines for goals. As you saw in January, I only used 2, but if I need an extra line, it's there. And if I need more, I have space for more, which is amazing. Then on my right page, I decided to do a to-do list for the month as well, but with more squares this time. And I decided to go a little bit overboard with the scrapbooking because I was missing using stickers and washi tape and quotes and other stamps. So I just took my time to do a little corner of art of scrapbooking, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just like to fill in pages that are minimal with a little bit of scrapbooking and ephemera, and I really like how this one turned out. So the girl sticker is actually from their washi tape collection, from the Hinoki collection. And yeah, then I used the other flower on the left, and then I used my DIY quote stickers to make the quote of the month at this page. And yeah, the scrapbooking portion of it was pretty simple, but I really loved how it turned out. Then I always like to spice up my to-do list, so I did the little squares on the left and I painted every other line with my Tombow Dual brush pen. I have been loving this color lately. I just think that it adds a little pizzazz to the page without making it too full, and I just love how my to-do list turned out. For January, I went a little bit more neutral, but for February, I wanted a little bit pop of color and some nude tones, so this is what I came out with: flowers and beige. Next, I have my fitness tracker and my habit tracker for February, and they are pretty much the same as my January ones. I just copied and pasted into February because it's really working out for me, and in the past I would feel the pressure to change my layout every month and to be innovative and creative every month and do a different layout so you wouldn't be bothered with the same thing 2 months straight. But I don't know, like, the layouts are working for me and I'm happy with how they turned out and I'm using them good and they are working out for me, so I don't see the need for change, and I don't think that you should change a layout if it's working for you, obviously. But I sometimes feel the pressure to change things up because I create content for YouTube. But one of my resolutions for this year was to do layouts and themes for myself and not so much for the internet, and it has been really working out, and so I decided to do the same layout again, and that's okay. So on the left I have my fitness tracker, and this is where I'm going to track what type of workouts I do, and I didn't specify what is going to be in each square because I don't know what I'm going to track yet. I'm going to see throughout January what I need to track, and then in February I will change the page. But yeah, for now, this is what I have. And then I discovered that these stickers are actually scratch-on stickers. So there's that. The stickers are beautiful and they actually look like they are part of the page already when you scratch them on the page. And they are just so pretty, and I'm so mad that I didn't discover this earlier in this setup. But yeah, these are from the Inoki collection and I'm really happy with how they turned out on the page. I wasn't supposed to have 3 flowers at the bottom, but I scratched one and the other one got stuck as well, so I did the 3 and that's where we're at. And I really like how the page turned out. And I messed up the header on the calendar, but I put another DIY quote sticker in there and it fixed all the problems. And on the right page, I did my habit tracker, and the letters are for water, exercise, study, outside, no junk food, and if I updated my bullet journal. And these are the habits that I'm going to have for February. These are the same that I had for January. And that's okay because that's what I need to track. And those are all my pages for February. I really hope you enjoyed this setup. Leave me a comment below with a flower if you reached until this point. And I'm really glad that you watched the video and that you enjoyed the setup. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Leave a comment down below and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!